National Nutrition Natural Health Reviews. 3 minutes of the latest naturopathic info with Canada's leading nutrition experts. Watch, learn, and get healthy naturally.
Hi, I'm Naturopathic Doctor Jonathan Beatty, a health expert here at nationalnutrition.ca. I want to tackle a topic today that often provokes a lot of humor, especially amongst younger people. It's the good old topic of diarrhea. You may have heard a number of slang terms for it, everything from mud butt to the Hershey squirts, and there's a whole variety of others that, said in front of your average 10-year-old will elicit more giggles than you could ever imagine. And yes, when you're not experiencing the condition, it can be a rather humorous one to joke about. That being said, for somebody who's in a full bout of diarrhea, it's a very uncomfortable experience to have and can actually be a signal of a very significant disease. So it's always important to understand and get a correct diagnosis as to what is creating a symptom. Diarrhea in and of itself isn't actually a disease, it's a symptom of a disease. It can be as simple as you got a little bit of food poisoning, often what we will call traveler's diarrhea, where there's just a change in the balance of bacteria in your intestines that leads to urgent liquidy bowel movements, again, diarrhea. The real key here is getting that correct diagnosis, because it can also onset with things like colon cancer, celiac disease, Crohn's, colitis, much more significant pathologies. And so it's always good to get a proper diagnosis. So if you do have diarrhea or you want to avoid it, let's say you've got some travel coming up and you don't want to have your entire vacation ruined by what is commonly called Montezuma's revenge, well then what you want to do is you want to make sure that you plan appropriately. So if traveling, probably the best thing you can do is pack a probiotic. Probiotics have been well studied to be able to protect your gut against pathogenic bacteria and foreign bacteria that you may not be used to. And this can really help prevent diarrhea and ensure that you actually get out, get to explore and enjoy your vacation, as opposed to be getting stuck in the lavatory of your hotel. Probiotics, very simple, very safe treatment that you can use to help manage diarrhea. If it's something like food poisoning, again, you're just going to want to make sure you hydrate. And unfortunately, there's not a great deal that can be done to manage the diarrhea that comes with food poisoning. You really just want to make sure you get your electrolytes back into your system. That's ensuring adequate intake of sodium and potassium, as well as making sure you take in enough sugar to keep your body going. And make sure you take in enough water to ensure that your body doesn't get dehydrated from the diarrhea. Because the basic definition of diarrhea is stool that's more than 50% water. So making sure that you're hydrated is really important for managing a lot of the problems that diarrhea can cause. Now, other causes of diarrhea that are more severe tend to be inflammatory bowel diseases. When we get into these, their individual treatment can become a lot more complicated, and you'll typically want to work that out with your healthcare professional. So there are a few herbs you can use to help eliminate inflammation in the bowels. Slippery elm inner bark powder is very effective. Often it can be mixed with a little bit of water to create a gruel, and this actually can help reduce inflammation in the bowels. You can use herbs such as ginger or turmeric to help eliminate inflammation in the bowels. Or there's a very common herbal combination known as triphala, which also has a great anti-inflammatory effect on the bowels. And all of these things will help reduce the inflammation, reduce the production of diarrhea. So if you do suffer from it, I know, it's funny to laugh about diarrhea when it's not you, but when it is, it's no laughing matter. So if you do suffer from it, I hope some of the advice I gave you today will be helpful in managing it for you. I hope from a prevention aspect that your next vacation is diarrhea-free. If you have any questions or comments, please post them below, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and always remember, knowledge is health.